Well, I have the best of intentions for Rivers students, for the Rivers youth, because they are our future. There is going to be that total value reorientation because they are our tomorrow. They are our future. We need to have their hearts and their heads at the right places. I've heard situations about people who write to me to say, well, I'm in my final here, I can't pay my school fees, we'll be giving deadlines and all of that. And I know how many of such persons I've helped, in their hundreds that I've helped. And so for me, I ask myself, why would somebody drop out of school because he's unable to pay school fees in a particular year? So if we can make loans available to these students, and they can access those loans, they should be able to pay their school fees, and finish with their education. And that will also put a greater responsibility on government to provide opportunities for them to access jobs when they leave, because that's the only way they can repay those loans. So government will no longer sleep. Government will be on her feet, knowing that, that there are so much that we have promised and so much that we need to do. So when I say that we're going to give loans, it is because of experiences that I've had, from across, all the institutions over the years about people, who are almost at the verge of dropping out, and those who probably have not been able to access me and who have dropped out of school for the simple reason that they couldn't pay their fees. One of the major reasons why I want to be in government is to see that we educate the next generation. And so I am going to engage with them quite actively, to ensure that everything is done to make sure that they become the great men and women that we want them to become. And through their greatness, Rivers State too shall become greater. So we're going to ensure that Port Harcourt truly becomes, greater than it is today. And we're also going to ensure that just as we have in Lagos, where today if you go to Lagos, Ikeja is a city, Lekki is a city, Victoria Island is a city, Ikoyi is a city, that Surulere is even a city. So there are so many cities in one, and as you expand these places and you make them prosperous, right, the people who live in those areas also become prosperous. Morocco was, one dead place. Today, Morocco and the Lekki areas, right, have produced billionaires. Why? Just as government took development to those areas, landowners there themselves became billionaires, and millionaires. So there's a whole lot that we're going to try to do when we try to expand Rivers State. So we're going to move Rivers State from being a one-city state to be a multi-city state. So Bori, yes, it's a great contender for that. Because we're going to do a lot with regards to tourism, we are going to have a sort of growth that will be spread across the entire state. We are going to move institutions, to places where they should be so that everybody will feel that. We are going to bring development closer to the people. And we are going to engage with our local governments because they are the first respondents to ensure that they deliver the dividends, democracy. So part of what we must do is that every penny that should go to local government A goes to local government A. That the government does not keep one penny of local government funds, because we truly must take development to the people.